A fresh Savinho bid. Could Spurs sign a Chelsea player? And could Kulu be out for longer than we all thought? Here are your daily Tottenham news headlines. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Craig and here are your daily Tottenham news headlines where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube and are not already as yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Like, share and comment below. And if you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Let's get into it. Tottenham have held fresh talks over a late move for Manchester City winger Savinho following Arsenal's hijack of their pursuit of Eberechi Eze, Give Me Sports senior reporter Fabrizio Romano has revealed. The North London side are not giving up their hope in their efforts to land the £70 million rated Brazilian forward before the transfer deadline and are pushing to get the deal over the line. Romano claims Frank is in love with Savinho's talent and wants to have the Brazilian among his attacking options this season following Eze's decision to join Arsenal. Romano said in his YouTube channel, Tottenham Hotspur are not giving up on Savinho. I told you last night, Eze is over, Eze is going to Arsenal. Tottenham want to insist on Savinho. Also today, Tottenham had new contacts for Savinho. The message remains the same from Manchester City. They want to keep the player. They don't want Savinho to go. There is someone in the Manchester City hierarchy pushing to keep Savinho at the club and closing doors to Tottenham, but I can guarantee you that Tottenham are pushing. Tottenham believe Savinho is the perfect signing. Thomas Frank, Tottenham manager, is in love with Savinho and wants Savinho to join, so let's see if they can find a solution. Tottenham Hotspur are exploring a potential move for Chelsea forward Christopher Nkunku as they seek to bolster their attacking options, sources reveal. The North London club had targeted Crystal Palace's Eze, but with the dynamic playmaker securing a £60 million switch to Arsenal, Spurs have shifted their focus to the versatile Frenchman as a key alternative. No formal approach has been made as yet, but Nkunku is firmly on Tottenham's radar as a player of interest. The report goes on to say that Nkunku's ability to play as a forward or attacking midfielder, coupled with his flair and goal-scoring instinct, makes him an ideal fit for Spurs' system. His 20 goals in 34 Bundesliga matches during 22-23 season with Leipzig underline his potential. While Chelsea are slightly reluctant to sell to a Premier League rival, the door is not closed and Nkunku's limited minutes could prompt negotiations, with Spurs considering testing their resolve. Team talk suggests that Manchester United are reportedly hoping that Tottenham Hotspur will choose to re-enter the race to sign Alejandro Garnacho in the hope that it will then force Chelsea's hand to seal a more expensive deal for the Argentine attacker. Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim is actively looking to offload as many as 5 first-team stars in the remaining weeks of the summer transfer window, with Garnacho firmly on the chopping block. It's claimed that Tottenham used intermediaries to gauge what would be needed to recruit Garnacho and also made checks on his desire to quit Old Trafford earlier in the window. Chelsea, meanwhile, remain confident that they will end up acquiring Garnacho for as little as £30 million due to his desire to head to Stamford Bridge. But with the United desperate to maximise his value, they are hoping that a renewed approach from Spurs will drive up that price and force the Blues to pay more. The Daily Mirror and The Guardian both report that Dejan Kulusevski will be out until the new year with his knee injury. Kulusevski was a key player for Spurs last term with 10 goals and 11 assists in 50 games. Playmaker James Maddison is expected to miss most of the season with an ACL injury sustained in pre-season game against Newcastle earlier this month. Spurs thought they had landed Nottingham Forest star Morgan Gibbs-White in July, only for him to sign a new contract at the City Ground, and then move for Crystal Palace forward Eberechi Eze was hijacked by Arsenal on Wednesday. Despite agreeing terms with both the Eagles and the player, it leaves Thomas Frank desperately looking for attacking additions before the transfer window closes. And a busy start to the season for our Spurs under-21s continues on Friday evening when we host Crystal Palace in our first home Premier League 2 fixture of the campaign, 7 p.m. UK kickoff on Spurs Play. Wayne Barnett's side will be in action on home turf as we take on the Eagles at Stevenage's Lamex Stadium. Opponents Palace are the only team yet to take to the field in Premier League 2 this season, while we are facing a hectic schedule with another tough test at Bristol Rovers in the Virtue Trophy on Tuesday. Tickets for the game are available to supporters who want to come and watch in person at Stevenage. They're priced at £7 for adults, £5 for concessions and £2 for accompanied under-12s. And they'll be available to purchase at the ground on the night of either Stevenage ticket office. And it's a busy weekend for our academy in general. Following Friday's contest, the under-18s will travel to Norwich City on Saturday, kick-off 12 p.m. Supporters can follow the action from the Canaries training centre via the Spurs Match Centre with live in-game text updates from kick-off. Okay, well, here's my thoughts on all those stories today. Savinho again in the news, and that we've gone back in with an even higher offer. It's clear that Manchester City don't want to sell the player, and they see something in this player. But I think Spurs are we're just going to be scrapping around and extremely desperate at the moment. That's not to say Savinho is a bad player and we're scrapping around for a bad player. Savinho is a very good player, and obviously we were linked with him before the Eberici Eze debacle, but it seems like Spurs, I'd really like to be a fly on the wall in the boardroom, to be honest, and listen to the conversations, because there's going to be some tough conversations, because they know they're going to have to simply, they can't let this transfer window end without getting players in, and big players that are going to make an impact. We don't need any players for the future. Yes, Savinho's young, but he's got experience in the Premier League and he really is a top talent. So if they want him, they're going to have to go and get him. They've had their fingers burnt a couple of times now. It's been, I mean, apart from Kudus and Paulinho coming in, you know, this transfer window could be a disaster if we don't get any players in. And I know Thomas Frank's come out and said that if the players don't improve the squad, then he doesn't want them. Absolutely right. Why would you? It's pointless just bringing in signings just to bring in faces through the door. We need players that are there's gonna be no drop off when they take to the pitch. You know, our first 11 is decent, but we need reinforcements and we need improvements all over the squad. And we've had nearly 3 months to do it, and we are so behind. And this next rumour, the Nkunku one, this would surprise me. Decent player, but I can't see Chelsea selling to Spurs. You know, how often does that happen? They seem to have this relationship with Arsenal where they swap players, but I just can't see Chelsea selling to Spurs. But Nkunku is a decent player. This has been mentioned throughout the transfer window. No real links for any long period of time, but it's out in the news today, so I thought I would sling it in. Get down in the comments. Would you take Nkunku if Chelsea were willing to sell him? And the Garnacho thing, it's a bit annoying. It seems like we'd be Manchester United want to use us, or Chelsea want to use us as in this bidding war for Garnacho, and they're just going to come in and nick Garnacho like Arsenal did with Eze. Not interested in it. You know, if we, I think Garnacho is a really good player, but if he's got his heart set on going to Chelsea, this could be another Eze situation, couldn't it? Yeah, disappointing. I think I've had a long little while to think about this Eze thing. I'm still bitterly disappointed that we didn't get the deal done. But there could have been, like somebody said in the comments, there could have been things going on behind the scenes. Wouldn't surprise me, in fact, if Arsenal hadn't got a deal sort of like agreed earlier in the window, said, look, we're not in a position to buy Eze at the moment, but please keep us informed if another side comes in and don't agree the deal before speaking to us, and we'll let you know whether we're in a position to buy him then. And that's probably what happened. So a lot of emotion, certainly from me yesterday, talking about the Eze thing, but look, we move on. The player clearly wanted to go back to Arsenal and play for Arsenal, and he's an Arsenal fan, so that's done. Eberici Eze will no doubt never, ever be playing for Spurs now, which is disappointing, because I thought he'd be going to be excellent. I've always loved Eze. Anyway, it's done. It's gone. Let's forget it. Let's move on, and hopefully the club can get some decent signings in now. Bad news about Kulusevski. wasn't sure when he first did that injury. We heard, he's going to miss Thomas Frank came out and said he'd miss the first game of the season. Seems to be like he's going to be out for a lot longer than that. Could be the new year. Reports are saying so. This heightens the need for us to get in a number 10. We've lost Kulusevski till the new year. We've lost James Maddison till the new year. Our 2 creative sparks. Yes, we brought Kudus in, but I think if you move Kudus into the 10, yes, of course, we got wingers as options to bring in to replace Kudus on the right. But I think that takes someone away from Kudus' game. I think he's been excellent on the right wing, and I really want to see him stay there. So we need a really bold. We almost need 2 number 10s. Thomas Frank, in fact, said that, didn't he? He said he wants 2 number 10s. Must be pulling his hair out. We've got 10 days left, 9 days left of this transfer window. Tick tock, Tottenham, come on, get the job done, get some players in. A lot of other rumours about other players, but there was one from a very dodgy source about Rodrigo. Can't see that happening, and possibly Paz as well. Good youngster, but again, no Premier League experience. Decent player, but we need players that hit the ground running. But apparently good player, so let's see where that one goes. And the under-21s, good luck to them at Stevenage. If you're in the area or want to go to the game, I can highly recommend going and see the under-21s. I've been a few times myself. Good luck to them for a really good season ahead. Decent price tickets as well. So if you're going along, have a good time. But get down in the comments, let me know what your feelings are on all those stories today. And come on, you Spurs.